Okay, so we've got things to this part right here. Welcome back to another episode of Depotting Without Destroying, where we will depot the Lorac Pro Palette. I think this is one, and then also I have the third as well. This is a really good palette to depot if you have some of the other Pro palettes that have removable pans. These are the same size, so let's get started. Got my parchment paper here, and I got my glass range top on. So we are cooking right along. Grabbing out here a couple of tools I like to use when I depot. My really good quality nail scissors, and these are tools for soap making, and those you can find at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you can also find them at other craft stores as well, but they have a very, oops. Ugh, I just keep hitting it. Slim, thin depotting. So let's go ahead. I've already depotted this one right here. So let me show it to you. The pans are magnetic and they do pop out pretty easily. Also, there's not a whole lot of adhesive on the back. The adhesive comes up really clean. This was depotted without even using any heat, so I'm excited to see how these other ones pop out. And then also underneath, this one has one of my magnetic adhesive sheets in it, but underneath it has kind of this plasticky soft mat, so it's really conducive to staying intact, and there's no fiber tear, even though this is a cardboard palette. So I'm just gently sliding my palette tool. This one here, this side, has a little curvature, so I can slide right on underneath and just gently pop it out. Ooh. Looks like we're not quite ready. It's still fairly difficult to get out, so we'll wait just a couple more minutes. Okay, it seems like it's getting a little warmer, and I'm just going to slip my scissors underneath here and cut from the adhesive to the backing. Looks like we didn't get as fortunate on this shadow here. Feels like we did have a fiber tear, so I'm not 100% sure that this is exactly what I thought it was going to be like. Oh boy. Wow, it did fiber tear. Dang. See, the back on this is really, yeah, it's just quite a sturdy adhesion right there that you can see. That's quite a bit of glue too. Yeah. I was hoping that I would be able to get this without tearing this right here. So, okay, you can see right there, it's just kind of like, this is kind of a plastic sheet, so hopefully some of these will just begin to gently creep out. So, mental note, wait until these are good and toasty, like right now. Okay, so I've got it in there and gently popping it out. Boy, she's adhered pretty well. All right, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna come at it from this angle. You know what, let me use this one here. Ooh, palette's good and warm. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the heat. It's still going to get hotter. They're not ready. I'm gonna say not ready. I'm gonna not risk any further damage to the palette. I mean, if we only have this one, I can probably finagle something to get that kind of, you know, back in one piece. Actually, it would appear to me that the heat is actually making this worse. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here. If I lift up you can kind of see underneath that the palette looks like it's, maybe this just wasn't, it doesn't go over as far. Maybe it's just a piece of excess, you know, matting or whatever. At the risk of, you know, being wrong about something, maybe it's easier to sometimes depot without putting any heat to the palette. So I'm just going to gently try and lift up, see if I can hear a fiber tear. Yep, you can hear a little bit of a fiber tear. So I think we're going to continue to let this heat up. Okay, here we go. I feel like the palette's warm enough that it should just, you know, that adhesive should just like, sometimes what we think is hot is not hot enough. Okay, I'm in here and I'm just gently working this shadow back and forth. Oops, you can't see because it's kind of not focusing on it. All right, boy, not without, boy, and this sucker is hotter than a pepper sprout. Yeah, they're not really coming out as easily as I thought they would. This one came out just fine. This one, however. Oop, are they ready? Maybe. Actually, I think I have the best luck with my scissors, usually. I think I'm hearing fiber tear. They're not just coming out very easily. And these are really hot. Well, my plan to depot without destroying is not going according to plan. Ah. There's a small fiber tear, but maybe less than it was before, so maybe heating them up wasn't a bad idea. I'm putting the heat back on for just another minute or two. Yeah. Okay, looks like we are good. All systems go. We just need to make sure that we get this palette warm enough. So, pro tip there, make sure you get the palette warm enough before you start depotting, otherwise you'll experience these fiber tears. And this is really pretty conducive palette to depot without destroying, because it's got kind of this, I don't know, it's like a plasticky type of soft matte feeling over the cardboard, so should work out pretty good. Okay, so here we are going in with the next one. Looks like it's lifting out fairly easily. This tool right here seems to give me the best leverage to just pop it right back out if it's not hot enough. Boy, I don't know. And I'm hearing a fiber tear on this, so maybe we're not quite warm enough. The stove isn't saying hot surface anymore, so it could very well just be not warm enough. Yeah, I got most of it off, just a small little bit right there. Just a small little bit right there. And this is going to be quite warm, so have to be careful. It's not really wanting to give too easily, so I guess we'll just keep it. I think the trick's going to be to heat it slowly, not quickly, because the slower that you can heat it, the slower you can get the palette temperature warm all the way through and not just little hot spots, which is I think what I was feeling before. So some parts of it were warm and some weren't. Yep, it just popped right out. So I think we are good. There we go. Yep, and then all of that is fine. I'm just gonna lift it with my fingers.
Yes. Dale! Yeah! Damn. You might as well be what? Learn to play. On them. Who wants to play? I'll do first. You see my leg up. 3 blocks we went to those
Yeah.
socks. Okay. See if we can do that.
Okay, so we've got things to this part right here. Ah! Well, that was quite an experience. The clamp came off that's holding my phone. So, well, it went, this, I don't know if this would be a considered successful depot without destroying. Kind of like the BH Cosmetics Mimosa. You can see there's quite a bit of, you know, damage to the palette. So I would like to try to figure out something that I can do in case anybody should want to depot anything with, you know, that's a cardboard packaging. I think some of these on the outside, like this one, these I did too soon and there wasn't enough heat. But this one right here, I think because my burner is almost exactly the, you know, diameter width of this entire palette, I think this was just kind of hanging off the edge, and so it never really would heat up. But let's try putting a little Elmer's glue in the bottom to see if we can't get this to kind of mend. All right, so I'm taking some school glue here and I'm just placing it in and kind of filling in the cracks and crevices of the parts that have damage to them. So just mainly filling it in here, here. This is also warped. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's warped. So I just don't know how well a magnetic sheet would stick to it. Maybe we should just do all of them. Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt. And then for sure I'm gonna do this one right here. And then I'd kind of like to just, there we go, spread out the glue, and then maybe that can, you know, make more for a flatter surface for that magnetic sheet to kind of go in. I'm just pressing this glue, or just stirring this glue towards the corners there. This looks like it's warped, so I'll add a little glue there. Okay, so the title and thumbnail is going to reflect the actual thing, but I know in the beginning of the video I explained I wanted to do both palettes, but I'm really having reservations now whether or not I want to depot because this isn't really a successful depot without destroying type of situation. Some of these got kind of scarred up, mainly because, well, this is from me, the clamp over here, down there, and the camera fell. And then this, I dropped it, just purely my own doing. But anyways, oh, and is there one missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's one missing. That's not good. I was hoping. And this is light pink. Where's mauve? There's a mauve missing, I think. Oh, here it is. There we go. Yeah, see? Then I'm going to have to take this off as well. So I think it's going to be just a little bit more labor intensive than I was expecting. So I think we're just going to do one palette today. And also I may not depot the other one just because it seems pretty difficult to do without really compromising the integrity of the palette. See here, see if we can get this pressed down a little bit more. As the glue starts to dry, I'm just going to kind of press and mend this well, just to see if maybe that could be an option for those of you who would like to pan or, you know, depot without destroying a cardboard palette. So okay, I think that's going to sum it all up, but you guys know the drill. After I get these probably gelled, maybe not completely 100% dry, because I'll use some of the Elmer's glue to also adhere to, you know, the back of the magnetic sheets, but I'll just go ahead and place these magnetic sheets into the wells, and then I will go ahead and clean the backs of these off and then stick them in there, and my palette will be complete. Thanks so much for joining me. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see content like this in the future, and also make sure you subscribe down below. It's free here on YouTube. So I can't wait to see you guys in my next video.